Race number 1 has Dr. LC, Weston Chip, Kilkerran Jake, Record Dallas, Robbie's Rhythm, C. Robert, Guy Herbert, Velvet O'Hara, and Sonoma Benbolt. They are off and pacing. Weston Chip's away looking for the early lead. Kilkerran Jake moving out second. Up on the far outside, C. Robert is wide third. Sonoma Benbolt gets away sitting fourth. Dr. LC down at the rail has 5 in the early going, followed by Record Dallas in 6. Robbie's Rhythm has 7. Guy Herbert settling in 8. And at 9th and trailing the field is Velvet O'Hara. They continue on to the opening quarter. Weston Chip on top will dictate the early pace. Leads it in the garden spot. Kilkerran Jake next in line third. Sonoma Benbolt holds down the 4 spot. Campaigning the rail in 5 is Dr. LC, followed by Record Dallas 6. Then Robbie's Rhythm. Guy Herbert going to the outside from 8. And 9th and trailing the field is Velvet O'Hara. They continue on by the 3/8, 30 seconds flat was the opening quarter. Off the turn, entering the stretch for time 1. And it's still Weston Chip charting the path by 1 length. C. Robert getting a perfect trip second. Along the rail racing third is Kilkerran Jake. Dr. LC coming first up in 4. 5th and racing out the rail is Sonoma Benbolt. Record Dallas has 6. 7th and locked in at the rail is Robbie's Rhythm. Then we go back to the trailers, Guy Herbert and Velvet O'Hara. They were past the halfway point in 1:01 and 1/5 second. They move on to the backside for the final time. Weston Chip now being pressured by Dr. LC. C. Robert at the rail is third. Kilkerran Jake is pacing fourth. On the outside, Record Dallas is 5th. They continue on past the 3/4. Dr. LC now forging to the top with Weston Chip sitting second. C. Robert is racing third. Velvet O'Hara quickly gaining ground on the outside, moving into contention third. They head past the 7/8. Dr. LC, Weston Chip. Velvet O'Hara continues to advance on the outside. Now sitting second with less than 1/8 to come. 3/4 in 1:33. They straighten out for home. Dr. LC trying to hold off Velvet O'Hara. In behind them is Weston Chip third. They drive to the payoff. It will be Dr. LC to win it. Second is Velvet O'Hara, and Weston Chip hangs in for third. First race winner, number 1, Dr. LC, a 4-year-old son of Tarport Irvin. Baron Harris, Dave Carey driving. The mile in 2:04 and 4/5. Race number 2 has J.K. Joker, Precious Ace, Rockin' Michael, Oyster Stew, Matsky, Pomerado, and Mac Combo. They are off and pacing. Rockin' Michael off the gate looking for the early lead. J.K. Joker moves out second with Mac Combo hustling up on the limb third. Precious Ace grabbing a seat fourth. Oyster Stew settles in 5. Racing away in 6 is Matsky, and Pomerado is 7th and trailing. They straighten out into the backside for time 1. Rockin' Michael with Mac Combo now hustling up on the outside, and Mac Combo moves on to the lead with Rockin' Michael giving way to race second. J.K. Joker at the rail is pacing third. Next in line fourth is Precious Ace, and he steps to the outside, now looking for the lead. Rockin' Michael gets flushed out of the pocket and drives on to capture the top spot. Rockin' Michael now leading the way. Precious Ace is ranging up on the outside second. Mac Combo at the rail is pacing third. Oyster Stew with cover on the limb is fourth. Matsky moving on the outside fifth. Then J.K. Joker, and treading is Pomerado. They were by the initial station in 29 and 3. In at the halfway point, Rockin' Michael leading it by 3 parts of a length. Precious Ace on the outside is first up. Second, Mac Combo hemmed in third. With cover on the outside, Oyster Stew is fourth. On the rail, J.K. Joker in 5. Then we go back to Matsky and Pomerado. They were by the halfway point in 1 2/5 seconds. They move on to the backside, approaching 3/4. Rockin' Michael is there by a neck. Precious Ace on the outside in pursuit. Second, Mac Combo locked in third. Oyster Stew getting a good second over. Journey Racing fourth. They move on past the 3/4. Precious Ace on the outside, sticking ahead in front. Rockin' Michael fighting back at the rail second. Oyster Stew is well spotted on the outside third. Mac Combo is along the rail and locked in fourth. Fifth is Matsky. Pomerado 3 wide, sixth, and J.K. Joker. An eighth left to come. 1:31 and 2, the three-quarters. It's Precious Ace leading them home. Here comes Oyster Stew now stepping out 3 wide. Second dropping back. Rock and Michael. They drive to the payoff. Precious Ace trying to hold off Oyster Stew. Precious Ace. Oyster Stew on the outside. To wait for the win pitcher. Operating back, the second race winner, number 4, Oyster Stew, a 5-year-old son of Quality Blue Chip, owned by Harvey Davis. Jim Davis driving. The mile in 2:02 and 2/5. Race number 3 has Paradox, Sterling Orr, Copper Leo, True Pleasure, Allen's Birthday, MD Apple Betty, and Boomel. They're off and pacing. Copper Leo's off the gate first to grab the lead. Paradox moving out second with Allen's Birthday up on the outside third. Sterling Orr comes away in the 4th spot, followed 5th into the turn by True Pleasure. Racing in 6, MD Apple Betty, and Boomel is 7th and trailing. Seating arrangements are now complete, single file as they move on to the left. Paradox is sitting second. Allen's Birthday is next in line third with Sterling Orr racing in 4. Racing in 5 is True Pleasure. MD Apple Betty has 1 horse beaten. That's Boomel as they continue with positions unchanged onto the 3/8. 29 and 3 was the opening quarter. Out front, Copper Leo continues to chart the path, leading at a length and a half. Paradox is getting a good journey second. Allen's Birthday third. Sterling Orr at the rail is 4th. Still at the rail in 5, True Pleasure. And the trailers are MD Apple Betty and Boomel. Still no change as they check in at the halfway point. Copper Leo continuing on the front end with Paradox second. Allen's Birthday is pacing along third. Sterling Orr is racing 4th. There goes MD Apple Betty up on the outside in 5. Then True Pleasure and Boomel remains at the back. 1:03 was the half. Moving on to the backside for the final time. Copper Leo still there by 1 length. On the inside, Paradox coming first up is Allen's Birthday third. Sterling Orr along the rail 4th. Covered up on the outside in 5 is MD Apple Betty. They make their way past the 3/4. Allen's Birthday now moving up to confront Copper Leo as they continue into the turn. Allen's Birthday is taking over the top spot. Side racing second is Copper Leo up on the limb and traveling third. MD Apple Betty 1:31 and 1/5 was the 3/4. They move off the top turn and straighten out through the lane for the final time. Allen's Birthday leads them home. MD Apple Betty up on the outside is second. Copper Leo third. Paradox 4th. They drive to the stretch. Allen's Birthday will win it by 2 lengths, finishing second. MD Apple Betty. Paradox getting up for third. Number 5, Allen's Birthday, a 5-year-old gelding by Paris Dexter, by Alan Smith, Earl Smith driving. The mile in 2:01 and 2/5. Red Toyota 4x4 CBM 048. Your vehicle has to be moved immediately. Race number 4, top of the stretch, has Two Moon Junction, Blue Mineral first, Answer to the Masters, Side Splitter, Silent Assault, The Phantom Ship, Keystone Sasha, Kaylee's Christina, and Shakatees. They're off and pacing with the Phantom Ship up on the outside, away looking for the lead against Two Moon Junction at the rail. Up on the outside, Answers to the Master gets away sitting third. Blue Mineral first is 4th. Ranging up on the outside and racing in 5 is Keystone Sasha. Shakatees at the rail gets away in 6. Side Splitter parked out 7. The inside and racing from 8, Kaylee's Christina. And Silent Assault is 9th and treading the field. They move on past the opening quarter. On the outside, Answer to the Master, battling Two Moon Junction for the lead. Blue Mineral first is traveling out the rail 3rd. Parked out Keystone Sasha's racing 4th. Along the inside and pacing in 5 is Shakati. Side Splitter parked out in 6. Kaylee's Christina has 7. Racing from 8, the Phantom Ship. And Silent Assault is 9th. 30 seconds was the opening quarter. Moving off the top turn, they approach the halfway point. And now moving on to the lead. Answer to the Master by 1 length. Two Moon Junction is now sitting in the pocket. First up is Shakatees racing 3rd. On the inside, Blue Mineral first, traveling 4th. To the outside goes Side Splitter in 5. 6th out the rail is Keystone Sasha. Then Kaylee's Christina, Silent Assault, and the Phantom Ship. They move on to the backside. The half was reached in 1 minute and 4/5 seconds. They approach 3/4. Shock at tees on the outside, now matching strides with Answer to the Master. On the inside and racing third is Two Moon Junction. Parked on the outside, fourth Blue Mineral first, fifth Keystone Sasha. Side Splitter sixth on the outside. They move past the 3/4. Shock at tees now strides out to lead it by 3 open lengths. Answer to the Master is second. Blue Mineral first, up on the outside is racing third. Two Moon Junction fourth. Side Splitter on the outside is fifth. 3/4 in 1:32 and 2/5 seconds. They move off the top turn and straighten out to the lane for the final time. It's all Shockatees, a commanding lead with Answer to the Master trying to hang in second. Blue Mineral first on the outside. Third, Two Moon Junction is fourth. It's all Shockatees. Finishing second is Answer to the Master. Coming back on for third is Two Moon Junction. Operating back in front of the grandstand, the 4th race winner, number 9 in your program, Shockatees, a 3-year-old filly by Winner's Accolade by Bruce Bootlear and Robert Workman, trained and driven by Danny Romo. Filly gets a new race marker, 2:03 and 4/5. Race 5, top of the stretch, MD Calcium. LJ Sample, Bubble Up, Island Link, Granite Gambler, Sparkling Cloud, Kid's Brother, Putney Lobel, and Bill Batter. They are off and pacing. LJ Sample gets the first call at the rail. MD Calcium. Moving up on the outside, Bubble Up is wide third, 3 wide, Granite Gambler fourth. Bill Batter away fifth. With Putney Lobel up on the outside in 6. Island Link has 7. Sparkling Cloud out of 8. And 9th and trailing is Kid's Brother. They move into the backstretch, approaching the opening quarter. On top, LJ Sample, a length and a half lead. Racing second is MD Calcium. Settling in, Granite Gambler third, followed by Bill Batter fourth. Putney Lobel racing in 5. Bubble Up is pacing in 6. Holding down the 7 spot as they continue into the turn is Island Link. Then Sparkling Cloud, and trailing the field is Kid's Brother. The initial station reached in 29 and 3/5 seconds as they move off the top turn and approach the half. LJ Sample by a length and a half, 2 lengths, with MD Calcium in pursuit second. Moving to the outside, Granite Gambler third. Giving cover on the outside to Bill Batter racing fourth. Putney Lobel next in line has 5. Bubble Up racing in 6. Island Link 7. Sparkling Cloud and Kid's Brother remain at the back. They dip into the turn on their way to the 5/8. LJ Sample continuing on the front end by 1. Granite Gambler first stop is second. MD Calcium third. Bill Batter on the outside looking to go 3 wide fourth. 1:01 and 2 was the half. They move down the backside. Final time approaching 3/4. LJ Sample is still there. On the outside, Granite Gambler 3 wide. As they move past the 3/4 is Bill Batter. Putney Lobel moving up into contention. 4th dropping back MD Calcium 5th. They head into the turn and on past the 7/8. Granite Gambler in the center. Sticks a nose in front. LJ Sample battling back. Putney Lobel is right there. 3rd, Bill Batter. 4th, Sparkling Cloud coming 3 wide. 5th. 1:32 and 1 3/4. They have less than 1/8 to come as they make the final turn. LJ Sample has reclaimed the lead. Putney Lobel on the outside. Granite Gambler is 3rd. They drive to the stretch. Here comes Putney Lobel trying to catch LJ Sample. LJ Sample holding on. 2nd is Putney Lobel. Granite Gambler 3rd. Fifth race winner, number 2, LJ Sample, a 4-year-old daughter of Sample Fella. By Alexander McNeil of Inverness, trained by Karen Hocko. Gary Delaney driving. Mile in 2:04 and 2/5. Race number 6 of the afternoon, Bio Amber, Major Troll, West River again, Blitzy Treasure, Maker first, Cindy Ella, Cocan Willie, and Requited Love. They're off and pacing. Blitzy Treasure gets the first call. West River again moving out. Down at the rail, Bio Amber. Those 3 out vying for the early lead. Followed out by Major Troll racing 4th. Up on the outside and looking to take a seat, Cocan Willie in 5. Maker First gets away racing in 6, followed in 7 by Cindy Ella. And treading the field, that's Requited Love. They move on to the opening quarter from the outside. Now moving up to grab top spot is Blitzy Treasure by a length and a half. Bio Amber will get a golden trip second. Third along the rail is Westover again, followed by Major Trowel fourth. Moving on the outside in 5 is Maker First. Cocan Willie from 6. Cindy Yellow following cover on the outside 7. And Requited Love is still at the back. They were by the opening quarter in 28 and 2/5 seconds. Moving off the top turn, approaching the half. Blitzy Treasure leading it a length and a half with Bio Amber racing second. First up is Maker First third. Westover again down at the rail is racing out of 4. Fifth and moving on the outside is Cindy Ella. Third over and racing in 6th is Requited Love. And the trailers are Major Trull and Cocan Willie. They dip into the bend on their way to the backside for the final time. Blitzy Treasure still there with a 1-length lead. On the outside, Maker First inching up closer second. Third locked in is Bio Amber. Cindiella is well spotted on the outside, and Cindiella is now sent 3 wide third. 59 and 4 was the half as they check in at 3/4. Blitzy Treasure. Cindiella out there 3 wide now second. Bio Amber locked in third. 3 wide third is Cocan Willie. They move into the turn 3 deep in the center. Cindy Ella sticking ahead in front. Blitzy Treasure fighting back second. Out there 3 wide third. Cocan Willie. Bio Amber looks for room fourth. They straighten out for the payoff. 131 and 2 3/4. They drive to the lane for the final time. Cocan Willie up on the far outside, and Cindy Ella battling it through the lane. Cocan Willie on the outside wins it. Second is Cindy Ella. It could be Blitzy Treasure hanging in for third. Fighting back, the 6th race winner, number 7, Cocan Willie, a 6-year-old brown gelded son of Quality Blue Chip. Home of Nathaniel Spence. Kevin Pinckney catch drive. Race number 7, top of the stretch, has If By Chance, Ridgefield, Donmar DR, Whisper Genie, Cover Lady, Daystar, Almahurst, Cantley Speed, Guinness, and Live It Up. They're off and pacing. Ridgefield's off the gate looking for the lead. Up on the outside, Donmar DR is second. Into the turn, If By Chance, down at the rail is away, sitting in the 3 spot. Fourth and racing on the outside. As they move by the 8th, he's Cover Lady 3 wide, Cantley Speed. They move on to the opening quarter. On top, Ridgefield leads the way, a length and a half. Donmar DR is settled in second. Getting away racing third, If By Chance. Cantley Speed is parked out sitting fourth. Fifth along the rail is Live It Up, followed by Whisper Genie in 6, Cover Lady racing in 7. Pacing out of 8 is Daystar Almahurst, and 9th and trailing the field in the early going, that's Guinness. The opening quarter was reached in 30 seconds flat. They make their way off the top turn in front of the grandstand for time 1. Ridgefield continuing to chart the path by a length. On the inside, Donmar DR is getting a good trip second, parked out and advancing up to third. As they check into the half is Cantley Speed, If By Chance. Down inside racing in 4. Live It Up traveling 5th. Tied up 6th is Whisper Genie. Daystar Almahurst to the outside in 7. Cover Lady gets shuffled back to 8. And Guinness can see them all as they move to the backside. Final time. Halfway home in 101 and 4/5 seconds. Ridgefield still there by 3 parts of a length. That's Cantley Speed sitting on the outside. Going a tough trip, but still right there second. On the inside, third, Donmar DR. If By Chance taken to the outside, fourth. Live It Up in 5. A 6th incoming, 3 wide is Guinness. They move past the 3/4. Ridgefield, Cantley Speed on the outside within half a length is second. Down inside racing, third, Donmar DR. If By Chance up on the outside is fourth. Live It Up 5th, 3 wide 6th is Guinness. They have an 8th left to come as they move off the top turn. 3/4 in 133 and 2. They make the final turn with Ridgefield turning back the challenge of Cantley Speed as they drive to the payoff. It's Ridgefield now by 2, 3 lengths. Cantley Speed will hang in to finish second, and moving up on the outside, third is Guinness. Grandstand, the winner of race 7, number 2 in your car in Ridgefield. The 11-year-old son of Escort, with Steve Morton of Windsor, trained and driven to victory by Jason McDougall. The mile in 2:04 and 3/5. Race number 8 of the afternoon, top of the stretch has Night Orchid, Swingor, Burnin', Barnabas here, McHarbor, Township, Cassandra, Solomon Betu, Bio Gulliston, and Wanna Get Lucky. They're off and pacing. Swingor's off the gate first, looking for the lead. At the rail, that's Night Orchid. Up on the outside, Barnabas here's away third. Up on the far outside, fourth. That's Township Cassandra. They head by the opening eighth on their way down the back stretch for time one. Swingor moves on to grab the lead. Night Orchid at the rail is second. Parked out Township Cassandra racing third. Wanna Get Lucky in at the rail is racing fourth. Parked to the outside and racing in five is Solomon Betu. Next in line, Barnabas here has six. Away racing in the 7 spot is Burnin'. McHarbor has one horse beaten in the early going. That's Bio Gulliston. They head midway through the upper turn. 29-2 is the opening quarter. They make their way off the top turn, approaching the half. Out front, leading the way by 1 length, that's Swingor. Night Orchid is racing along in the pocket. Up on the outside is Township Cassandra. That flushes out Wanna Get Lucky as they check into the halfway point. Swingor on the outside. Night Orchid now driving up quickly to take over the lead. Swingor is now racing second. Left uncovered is Wanna Get Lucky third. Down inside racing fourth is Barnabas here, followed in 5 by Burnin'. Sixth, Township Cassandra. Solomon Betu has 7. McHarbor still racing in 8, and Bio Gulliston down the backside. 1 minute 4/5 was the half. It's Night Orchid clear by 3 lengths with Swingor racing second on the inside. Barnabas here racing third. Outside, Wanna Get Lucky is fourth. Burnin' staying at the rail fifth. They head on to the 7/8. It's Night Orchid still there by 2.5, 3 lengths with Swingor giving chase second. Barnabas here to the outside third. Burnin' now swinging wide fourth. 3/4 reached in 1:30. They have less than 1/8 to come as they move off the top turn. Night Orchid trying to hold the lead. Swingor on the outside. Barnabas here coming 3 wide as they drive to the stretch. Barnabas here takes over. Barnabas here getting up to win it. Burnin' closing up for second. The show spot to McHarbor. Riding back, the 8th race winner, number 4, Barnabas here, a 9-year-old by Freedom Fulla. Stan Johnson of Truro, trained and driven to victory by Ivan Jameson. A mile in 2:01 3/5. Race number 9 of the afternoon has Stipleaf's Girl, Canal Street, Fit and Chips, Bucky's Bryden, C.A. McD, Renee's Fella, Moonwatch May Contain, and Mother's Blazure. They're off and pacing at the rail. Stipleaf's Girl away to grab the early lead. Bucky's Bryden hustling out second. The inside, Mother's Blazure gets away sitting third. 3 wide, C.A. McD is fourth. On the inside, Canal Street fifth. Renee's Fella going 3 wide in 6. Fit and Chips away on the outside in 7. And Moonwatch is racing from 8 and May Contain is 9th and trailing. Midway down the backstretch for the first time, approaching the quarter. Stipleaf's Girl on top will dictate the pace. She's your leader by 1 length. On the outside, Bucky's Bryden is parked out. Still coming 3 wide on the early going is Renee's Fella third. On the inside, Mother's Blazure is locked in the pocket, racing fourth. Parked on the outside and traveling in 5 as they move off the top turn is C.A. McD, opening quarter in 29 seconds. There's still 3 deep battling for the lead as they approach the halfway point. Stipleaf's Girl at the rail out there. 3 wide is Renee's Fella. In the center, racing third is Bucky's Bryden. Coming 4 wide is Fit and Chips as they dip into the turn. 4 deep, approaching the 5/8 on top. It's Stipleaf's Girl still there, 3 parts of a length. Bucky's Bryden is racing second. On the inside, Mother's Blazure has nowhere to go third. In the center, racing fourth, C.A. McD. Renee's Fella 3 wide fifth. 4 deep in 6th is Fit and Chips. They approach 3/4. 59-4 was the half. And moving on to the lead, Bucky's Bryden. C.A. McD now surging up on the outside to take over. Bucky's Bryden is now racing second. Mother's Blazure with racing room third. Wide on the outside and moving up into 3 is Moonwatch. 3/4 in 1:30-4. They're midway through the final turn. C.A. McD on the outside with the lead, but the rail is controlled by Bucky's Bryden. Here comes Moonwatch now moving up to join the fray third, with Mathers Blazure racing fourth. They make the final turn. C.A. McD leads them to the payoff. Moonwatch is circling in on the outside. Moonwatch on the outside. C.A. McD, it's close. The show spot goes to Mathers Blazure. Trading back the winner of race 9, number 7, Moonwatch, a 6-year-old gelded son of Landslide, number Robert Campbell. Gary McDonald driving. The mile in 2:01 3/5. Race number 10, top of the stretch. The Pepsi Series final for 3-year-olds has King Harold, Acton Gold, Ownwater Hobo, First Line Mac, Rescue 911, Rambo Derby, Miss Ruby Mac, Dynamite Treasure. In the back tier is Call Me Fitz. Here they come. They're off and pacing. King Harold gets the first call with First Line Mac hustling out second. Call Me Fitz gets away at the rail third. Up on the outside, sitting fourth and 3 wide in the early going is Rambo Derby. Away at the rail in 5, Acton Gold. Lone Water Hobo comes away 6. Parked out, Rescue 911 racing in 7. Dynamite Treasure has 8. And a 9th and trailing the field is Miss Ruby Mac. They continue past the opening quarter. King Harold will set the early tempo, leads the field by 1. Call Me Fitz getting a golden trip second. On the inside third is First Line Mac getting the parking ticket. Rambo Derby racing fourth. 5th along the rail is Lone Water Hobo locked in. Acton Gold covered up on the outside in 5. They move off the top turn. 29 3 was the opening quarter. They move off the turn. It's King Harold still in control. Call Me Fitz now getting flushed out of the pocket by Rambo Derby. Down inside First Line Mac. They check in at the halfway point. King Harold now being pressured by Call Me Fitz. With cover on the outside, Rambo Derby is third. First Line Mac fourth. Acton Gold fifth. Lone Water Hobo locked in 6th. 7th is Dynamite Treasure. Racing in 8, Rescue 911, and 9th and treading the field as they move on to the backside for the final time is Miss Ruby Mac. Halfway home in 59 3. It's King Harold by 1. Call Me Fitz on the outside in pursuit second. Locked in First Line Mac third. Rambo Derby stepping 3 wide fourth. Lone Water Hobo down to the outside in 5. Acton Gold within striking range is 3 wide 6th. They continue into the turn and on past the 7/8. King Harold's the one to catch. 3/4 in 1, 30 in 1. It's King Harold by 1. First Line Mac desperately looking for room on the inside. Out there wide and coming 3 wide is Acton Gold. They make the final turn. King Harold is still there, leading it a length and a half. First Line Mac in the passing lane. Acton Gold up on the far outside. 5 of them across the track, and First Line Mac wins the Pepsi Series final. Acton Gold is second. It's close for third. Operating back in front of the grandstand, the winner of race 10, the Pepsi Series final for 3-year-olds. Number 4, First Line Mac, a brown gelded son of Dallas Elmhurst. Wayne Burley of Truro, trained by Philip Lyons. Jim Davis catch driving. First Line Mac winning the Pepsi Series final in 2:02 1/5. Trackside making the Cuda presentation on behalf of Pepsi. Manager Gail McAvoy from Truro Raceway, and for the Nova Scotia Provincial Exhibition, Mr. Sterling Whitten. Race number 11 has Donmar Lindsay, Wilco's Fantasy, Joe Sixpack, Zesta's Prince, Diplomat Katie, Kilkerran Fury, Sir Elmo, and Redo Harbor. They're off and pacing at the rail. Donmar Lindsay's away with Wilco's Fantasy. Diplomat Katie hustling up wide is third. As they move into the first turn, Kilkerran Fury up on the outside is racing fourth. Away sitting in the 5 spot as they head by the opening 8th is Redo Harbor 3 wide. They continue on to the opening quarter. On top and leading the way onto the opening quarter is Diplomat Katie. Redo Harbour continuing on the outside now second. Along the rail, Donmar Lindsay is third. Kilkerran Fury fourth. Wilco's Fantasy gets away racing in 5. In the 6th spot is Joe Sixpack. Sir Elmo away in 7. 8th and treading is Zesta's Prince. 28-4 was the opening quarter. They move off the top turn and through the stretch for time 1. Redo Harbour leading it by 2.5 lengths with Diplomat Katie second. Donmar Lindsay in the inside racing third. Kilkerran Fury's out the rail fourth. Wilco's Fantasy looking to the outside in 5. Pacing in 6 as they check in at the halfway point is Joe Sixpack. Sir Elmo still with only 1 horse beaten in Zesta's Prince as they continue into the lower turn on their way to the 5/8. It's still Redo Harbour. He had them past the half. 59-3. Redo Harbour by a length and a half. Diplomat Katie getting a good journey. Still racing second. Donmar Lindsay is staying at the rail third. Wilco's Fantasy coming first up. Fourth, Kilkerran Fury along the rail is racing in 5. Joe Sixpack stepping 3 wide in 5. They approach 3/4. It's still Redo Harbour by 2 lengths. Diplomat Katie in pursuit second. On the inside, third is Donmar Lindsay. Joe Sixpack, 3 wide. Fourth, Wilco's Fantasy is racing in 5. Then Kilkerran Fury, Sir Elmo. And 3 wide from the back is Zesta's Prince. They continue past the 7/8, and Diplomat Katie now stepping out of the pocket to challenge Redo Harbour as they make the final turn. Racing third is Donmar Lindsay, 1:31-3, the 3/4 through the stretch for the final time. Redo Harbour, Diplomat Katie closing in on the outside, down inside, Sir Elmo in the passing lane. It's Sir Elmo getting up to win it, Diplomat Katie, and third is Redo Harbour. Riding back in front of the stand, the winner of race 11, number 7, Sir Elmo, a 4-year-old black son of Armbro Derby. Obadon Director of Belmont, Phil Pinckney drives the mile in 2:01 4/5. Race 12, top of the stretch has Debbie Diane by Onic Trick, Shelley Mark Moe, Charitz, Diamond Almahurst. No More Regrets, Kilkerran Jewel, Strikers Rich, and Tucson Sun. They're off and pacing. Bionic Trick off the gate first, looking for the lead. Charitz is moving out second. Up on the far outside and racing third. No More Regrets as they race into the first turn. Bionic Trick away on top. No More Regrets on the outside is second, and No More Regrets moves on to the lead. Bionic Trick is racing second. Tucson Sun is away sitting third. Finding a seat in 4 is Charitz. Away racing in the 5 spot is Debbie Diane. They continue past the opening quarter. And Bionic Trick moves up now to recapture the lead. Racing in the pocket is No More Regrets. Up on the outside, here comes Tucson Sun now coming first over to challenge Bionic Trick for the lead. They head off the top turn. 29-2 was the opening quarter. It's Bionic Trick being pressured by Tucson Sun. On the inside, racing third is No More Regrets. They round the top turn and approach the halfway point. In control past the half is Bionic Trick on the outside. Tucson Sun, No More Regrets. Third, Diamond Almahurst with cover on the outside is fourth. Down inside and racing from 5 is Charitz. Strikers Rich on the outside has 6. Debbie Diane from 7. Kilkerran Jewel is racing in 8. They move on to the backside for the final time. The half reached in 1 minute and 1/5 second. Bionic Trick still there. 3 parts of a length. Tucson Sun. Diamond Almahurst is coming 3 wide. As they approach 3/4, Diamond Almahurst out there, 3 wide now, drives onto the lead. Bionic Trick second, Tucson Sun is third. Charitz coming 3 wide, fourth, locked in, racing 5 is No More Regrets. Diamond Almahurst now skips off the lead by 3 open lengths. As they continue on past the 7/8, 1:32 was the 3/4. Diamond Almahurst is clear by 5, 3 wide, second is Charitz. As they move off the top turn and straighten out through the lane, it's all Diamond Almahurst. Diamond Almahurst leads it by 6. Charitz racing second. It's all Diamond Almahurst. Charitz will hang on to finish second. And the show spot goes to Strikers Rich. The 12th race winner, number 5, Diamond Almahurst, a 4-year-old mare by Ralph Hanover. By Alan Endries, Dave Carey driving. Mile in 2:03 2/5.